Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Anisher. Hope you are doing good and safe wherever you are. So we are going to continue with our n8n series. So I'm going to start with some flows today. So from today onwards, we are going to create some flows and then we will cover the theoretical part as well. Right. So if you are new to the channel, yeah, I'm in Azure this channel where I generally upload videos related to Azure and I just started this automation n8n series as well. But if you subscribe to this, you will be stay updated. You will be getting the updated content about Azure and then the automation. So I have a plan to add more AI content to the system also. Right now we are covering the no code platform n8n and I'm going to create a playlist for this n8n series. If you are a beginner, want to know how can you use n8n, so you have the playlist that you can follow this one, right? So let me get started. So what we're gonna, in fact, we have already created one video where I have given a brief idea about what is n8n and what are the different components or how do you navigate to n8n, how do you create your account, and how do you generally what are the different things that you will find in an n8n flow workflow, right? So today what we are going to do is we are going to create one workflow. So the workflow would look something like this. So we are going to create, I don't remember exactly what we have created last time. Yeah, we have a form and then we just added it to a sheet, right? A Google sheet. Maybe we can just extend this one. So what we can do is once people submit this form, right, we're gonna send an email notification to your not a email notification. Yeah, one email notification that you can send to your client or else the person who has filled in form saying that we have received your request and we are working on it, or else we will get back to you, or else whatever the details that you want, a generic form. And then you can add those details to your Slack box, or else you can send a email communication, sorry, a message communication to your um, Teams, Microsoft Teams, or else Slack, any challenge, any channel that you have a communication channel, internal communication channel, right? So that to that communication channel we can send. And then the third thing that we are going to do is we are going to collect these data in a spreadsheet and also in a what we call a Google contact also. So that is the flow that we are going to create, right? Let me try to put it here so that it will be easy for you also. So I'll just take some whiteboard, right? Let me put it here. I hope I don't need to log in again. I wish. Well, yeah, if you have any scenarios, right, you can also just post them here. I will try to answer them also, right? But yeah, so as I said, today we are going to start with a form, right? So we'll be having a form, and from the form, we'll be collecting the data and we will be storing it in the Gmail, or else maybe I'll just take the images also. We'll be storing them into Google Sheets, right? So let me capture those images. So this will be our copy image. I'll put it here, right? So we'll be storing that data into Google Sheets. And from Google Sheets, we're gonna send out a email communication to people. So for that, you can use a Gmail, right? So you can use a Gmail. So whatever I'm drawing here, right, the same thing you will see it in the n8n flow also. That is why I'm just putting them everything here, right? So and then we'll be sending out a communication. It's again depends on your communication channel. I just created one Slack for you. I mean Slack account. So we'll be sending a notification to Slack also. So this will be like you are notifying your team members that you have received a new client and you please take action on it, right? So a Slack communication also we are sending. This will be an email to the client, right? And then we are going to store it in the Google contacts also, right? So yeah, let me copy this image also. Let put it here. All right. So we are going to do these steps. Now these steps, if you look at them, I have given them in what we call all of them in a horizontal manner, right? Sorry, vertical manner, right? So what you can do, so whenever a form whenever a form is filled, right, you can directly insert the data into your this one sheet, and parallelly you can have what else? You can trigger the mail also. Then you can also do a Slack notification. Then you can also save it in the contact information, right? So this is all going in a parallel process. Or else the other way around you can do is you can do them in a sequential manner also, something like this, right? So you can have them one by one, and then once a form is filled in, you can just first save them in a sheet, and then go from there to uh, what notification to your notification. Sorry, right, to your notification, and then to your this one, what we call the Google account. So this is also one flow. You can do this one also, right? It depends on your how do you want to implement, but yeah, this is also one way you can do it. Right. So today what we're gonna do is I'll try to create this one, and then the parallel one also I will show you. But this one in a sequence, right? What I will do, I will create a form. We already have one, but I will show you how it is. It can be created one more time, and then we will fill in those details in a sheet, and then the further process, right? So yeah, if you are someone who is watching this video for the first time, right? Again, we have created a project section, and inside that we just created day one. Maybe that name doesn't seems good, right? So let's rename it as basic flows, right? We'll create some advanced flows also as we go along. Let me call it as, yeah. So basic flows, and then I'm going to create, right? Yeah, this we have covered in my first video also. What is this workflow? How do you go? How do you create this projects and all that? So over here, I will just call it as lead capture, right? So I'm going to create everything. So if you remember again, there are two things, primary things. One is every form will have, sorry, every workflow will have two things. One is the trigger, who is going to trigger this one, and then the followed all the actions. We call it as actions basically, or else all of them we can call it as nodes, right? So as I said, we are going to start with the form creation again. So this thing I have already discussed. There are a different types of triggers. For now, I'm just going to create one form trigger, right? So n8n form is fine for me. I'm not going with the different forms. There are a number of different forms, like you know about Jot form. You might be aware of Microsoft Forms, Google Forms, right? So those also you can use definitely. But let's start with the general n8n form, right? So n8n form on form event, right? I selected this one. So you will have a test URL, production URL. This we already discussed. So let me call it as lead capture form. The form name I will just call it as lead capture. Description you can put whatever you want. So I will show you how this form look like. Please fill in the below details. Please fill in the below details. You can write your company details, then some details why you are requesting this form. All those details you can fill in, and then fields, what fields you want to capture. So I've created a sheet for it. So I'm just calling it as name, email, and requirements. You can add more if you want to, right? So I'm just going to capture those three fields only for now. So name is the primary field, and then it will be of type text. This also we discussed. There are a number of different ways. So for now, text, and we just call it as, I mean, the in text is something that you will ask people to fill in, right? Please fill in name, right? And then one more field, which is my email, and then I will call it as email here. With this, it will do validation on the form. Please fill in the email, right? And then the last one is requirement. So what do you need from us, right? So requirement, you can call it as multi-line also if you want to allow users to fill in more details, right? I hope there is something called multi-line. Okay, so we don't have, I think text would be sufficient for it. And if you want to make some fields mandatory, yeah, you can do those also mandatory, right? And then let's see what other properties. So there is this property called append n8n attribute. So you can always disable this one. What this mean, I will show you first. right? This means when you actually launch this form, right, at the bottom you will see n8n form, something like that, right? So let it be on for some time. We'll see what will happen, right? So I have the form now ready. Now I will fill in the sheet. So as I said, you will have one trigger, and the next ones are all will be the actions. So I will go for a Google Sheet. If you remember last time, yeah, so we are going to create what actions? You are not going to create spreadsheet, delete, right? I have this spreadsheet already with me and I call it as leads, and I have a sheet name. My sheet name is also leads, and my uh, this work, our spreadsheet name is also sheet. So I will just go ahead and do append row in the sheet, right? If you want to update, you can do that also. Yeah. So yeah, very initially I have already connected to my account, but if this is the first time that you are trying to connect, right, then you will not see this option here. Only option that you will see is create new credentials. So you can click on it. Whenever you click on it, right, it will ask you for sign in. You have two options. You can use your auth 2 credentials or else the service account. Yeah, service account is most likely you need to pass some secret details, something like client ID, client secret details, right? For now, just go with this sign in with Google. As we go along through the web series, right, we will see how to use these service accounts also. Okay. Yeah, we have some more details here. We will cover them as we go along. But yeah, for the first time, if you are someone haven't tried it before, just go ahead and click on this sign in. It will give you a pop-up asking to consult you, like with which Google Sheet account you are going to access, or which Gmail account, which contact account you are trying to access. Those details it will ask, and then you just provide your consent, and you will get the credentials gets created, right? I've shown you this in the last video. Again, if you are someone haven't watched it, you can follow that one also. Or else, I think you have option here also. Let me see. The documentation is also pretty nice. If you want to look at the document, yeah, you have an option here, open document. It will tell you how to use this one. You see, to access this one, you have to sign in with your Google account. If you sign in with Google account, these are few things that will get access to Google Sheet, Mail, Drive. So these are three things that we are going to use now: contact, mail, and the sheets, right? Again, you don't need to. I don't think you need this Google account and all, right? I think you are more than sufficient just to consult it, right? First, let me show you this. Let's click on sign in. Yeah, you will see something like this popping up. You can just select the account that you want to access, and then account, yeah, something like this. You want access to your account, you can just click on continue. Then an account will be created for you. I don't want to create it because I have one already. Let's not create it. Just close it. Yeah, I just created, but I hope it will not work because I haven't given the consent, right? So I will use the one that I have already created previously. So this is how it is. The rest you can ignore given the reason you have selected them previously itself. Like when you are selecting the sheet, right? Sorry, the action, right? That is where you mentioned you are going to work with a sheet and you are going to append a row to it. Now the documents, let's see what we have in the documents. Yeah, so the documents is nothing but your spreadsheet. So this is my spreadsheet. Leads is the one. And then the sheet name. So it is asking for sheet name. So I'm going to give the sheet name as leads, right? And then it is fetching the columns. Let's see. Yeah, so I have the three columns like the name, email, and requirement. Now I have to fill in them. So even before filling them, obviously, I have to execute the previous step. Then only I can capture them here. Otherwise, it will be tedious process if you go and write the entire script here or else the expression here. We'll cover the expressions, everything. Generally, the expressions, I mean, the response that you get from the previous node, right? Previous node will be in the JSON format. So JSON format, yeah, you need to know a bit on the JSON, but ignore it for now. You just execute the previous step. It will show up a pop up, right? Or else let's go here. Yeah, let's just execute this one. This part is enough. So execute this one. What this will do is it will open a pop-up. So the pop-up, I have it on my another screen. Let me bring it here. Right. So this is how the pop-up will look like. So whatever the details that you have filled in, right? You can just fill in this one. For now, I'll just call it as something, right? ABC. And then, yeah, you have this validation also in place. So you have to give the right mail. So yeah, I'm just giving some random mail for now, right? And the requirement is, yeah, it is also saying this field is required, right? Test field, let's call it as test, and I'll just submit it. Now, once you submit, right, you will see a check here. Okay, so this is not right mail. Okay. Yeah, let's submit this now. You see, once this form is submitted, you can see it here, the attribute n8n. So this is what I was talking about, the form attribute, right? You can remove this one if you want to. And then, yeah, this check mark means this is executed successfully, right? Now, if you click on this one, right, you will be able to see the details, whatever has been submitted previously. You can see them, the name that we submitted, email, then the requirement, and two more system generated ones, like what is the form mode, whether it's a test mode or a production mode, and at what time it was submitted, right? If you want to capture them, you can also use them. But these are the system generated, and this is what we need, right? So we'll just fill in those details. This is something that also I covered. You just need to drag and drop here, right? This is what I was saying. If you have to write manually, right, the script, it will be difficult for you, at least for the initial stages. So let's stick to this, and then as we go along, we will learn those things also, right? So requirement also I filled in here. So I have the three fields now here, right? And what I can do, yeah, mock is something that you need to aware. I will show you this, what this mean also, right? So now you have the form, you have the sheet also. Now when you run this one, right, your form will be open. You can fill that form and then it will submit you to the next level. One more thing, so let's just remove that attribute also, so that it will be easier for you now. Now I will just turn this off. Then from now onwards, you will not see that n8n attribution, right? So let's save this also. Yeah, you are just seeing a warning here saying that you have changed some configuration, but you haven't run it, right? Right. So that is also fine. No, we haven't done major configuration change, so that's fine. Now, what is the next step? As for our diagram, we have to send an email notification, then Slack, and then Google Contact, right? Let's go with the email now. So what I will do, I'll search for Gmail because I'm going to send email using my Gmail account, right? And then you have different actions here. So I'm interested in messages, not the labels. So I'm going to send a message, right? Send message. And again, as I said, I've already connected with it, and it is very simple how to connect you. I already shown you, right? To which mailbox I want to send. Now I have to take the previous one. One thing is you can execute this one, the previous step, but if you execute right, it will unnecessarily insert the data into it. So that is where this mock will help you. So what you can do, you can just open this one. You don't see anything here, right? Because you haven't executed this step. You just executed the previous form submission step. Append row, we haven't executed it, so you will not see it here. But what I can do, I can add some mock data here. So mock data can be something like, okay, so this is not the right way. So yeah, one thing I can do. In fact, I need those details from here, right? I don't need them from here. So what I can do, I can just take these things. Okay, it's not allowing. Uh, okay, let me check if I can use it better. Okay, I have to execute the previous step. Okay. So the easiest way that I can think of as of now is I can go with a parallel branch. So in order to create parallel, right, you just need to delete the previous connection and just drag from here to here. Now this way, what I'm making sure is, I hope I will get those details. Yeah, what I'm making sure is I'm going to now the input for this one is the output of this one. So whatever the output that you get from here, that is the input for this one. So now I'm going to use those outputs. So to whom I'm supposed to send the mail? To this one, to this email. And what is the message I have to send? Maybe subject line, you can again put whatever you want. For now, I'll just call it as hello, right? Hello. Then I just dragged it here and then I'll just put some exclamation mark here. So this is the subject line. You can see it here also. And what is the type of the body? It's a HTML or text, whatever you want. And then I will just say hello, this person, and I'll just put a comma here, right? Yeah, if you want to write it in expression, right, you can just click on expression, right? And there you will see a small pop-up here. You can click on this one and it will just show up a screen, big screen where you can type whatever you want, right? Hello, you have received your request Thanks for reaching us. We are reviewing your request. Please, maybe I guess we are reviewing your request and will get the details for you, something like that, right? And let's put his requirement also right here so that requirement, right? His requirement. And then we'll just call it as thanks, some name, whatever the signature you have, right? You can put it. Perfect. So this will be the body that we are going to send whenever we want to, right? So this is all filled in, right? Let's see what will happen if I just delete this one now and I'll just put it here. Yeah, I still have those details, but I think it will not work because this is not the previous step. Okay, it will not work. Let it be for now. Okay, okay. Let it be here. Let's execute this one so that we have the email also sent and also we have the row getting added here, right? So let's see that process now. So let me execute this one. Once I execute, right, again a form will get opened for me. Let's open this. Yeah, I have the form here on my another screen. Let me bring it here. So this is the form. Now, if you look at the form, you will not see that n8n attribute or else the label over here. Let's fill in this form now. Again, ignore about the content, right? Email at the rate test. Or else let's use the Gmail, my mail ID itself. Uh, yeah, and requirement is again, I'm just putting it as testing. Submitted, form submitted. Now, if I go here, right? Yeah, you see, it is adding a row here and mail also sent. Let me show you that. Yeah, so this is what it just added. You have the email ID, name, everything, and mail also. Let me try to get it here. One minute, let me try to get that email also for you. How the mail would look like. Yeah. So this is how the mail will look like. Again, you see it's a very it's in small letters. You don't have I mean the proper paragraph and all, right? Yeah, this also we can change. And you have this email was sent with n8n notification n8n, right? Yeah, again these things also you can change. You can come here, just double click this one, and then go to yeah here actions, append n8n attribute. Just turn it off. Then you will not see it there. And this one we need it in let's change it to plain text. Let's see what will happen and let's execute this one. Okay, so you can as I said you can execute individual steps also. I just executed this step with an expectation to receive a email. Let me see if I have received it. Yeah, I have the mail with me. Let me take it here. Yeah, you see, this is how the mail is now looking like. Right, yeah, you can again, if you want to add more to it, like HTML and all, you can do that also. Right now, it is in a plain text. If you want to use um, like the table format or else bolding some characters, right? You can do that with your HTML. You have that flexibility also, right? Yeah, so that's good. And then the next step we have to do is this time, yeah, let's delete this one now. Let's move it here and let's add it. We want to go in a sequence, right? So let's now go and see what will happen. Okay, the previous step is still not showing. Let's execute it. Okay, so the previous step executed, I think it might have added one more row. Yeah, that's the problem. While testing, you will see some duplicate data or else multiple mails going out and all, right? But yeah, so if you execute the previous steps, what happened is it took data from your on form and then this append. And now, if you want to use, you can use either of them. You can use it from append row or else on form submission. But right now, it is using from your previous steps. If you use this one, right, just check what will happen. Now, if you use this one, you see it is saying on form submission dot item dot json dot name. So it is taking from this one on form submission. Inside this, it has some items, means multiple rows, or else it can have multiple rows. It has only one item, right? So item, then dot json, then what parameter it is looking for. That is what it took. Now, if you use this one, means it will take the previous to previous step. But if you don't want, if you want just the previous step, then this is what you need to use. Dollar $JSON will always take the previous step, not the, you don't need to particularly mention append row on sheet dot item dot dollar JSON. You don't need to put all that, right? So this is how it is. Now what I will do, I will just go next to it. So I have the mail also center now. So what I will do next, I will add one more step here. The next step we have in the system or else we have in the design is send note to Slack. Now for Slack also, let me show you. Yeah, this I just created this Slack also. So I'm going to create a new channel just to what we call, right, just for this purpose. So let's create one new channel. Let's create it blank. Let's call it as something, some name, maybe n8n series, right? Or else n8n support team, maybe support system. Let's create this. Let it be public, everything, right? If you want to add people, you can add, or else just ignore it. Now, what I will do, I will add Slack here so that I can send notifications to this channel, Slack. And what I want to send message, right? So I have to go for channel actions. In the channel, I want to send a notification. This is for create. Okay, file message. Okay, send a message. Let's try this. All right. So yeah, you have the previous steps also here now, luckily, so you can use them. So what is my, I have to, okay, again, it will ask you for Slack credentials. You just need to approve that when you click on it, right? It will just show a pop-up, very similar to the process of Google account. It just asks for your consent, approve it, right? And then the message, I want to, yes, I want to send a message. Message sent to where you want to send, whether you want to send it to individual person or a channel. So I created a channel. I'm going to use that one. And then the list, right? So the list name is n8n support system. If you're not seeing that, right, you have an option here. You can just always refresh this value, refresh list. Let's say you are going to create it after this step, right? Then you can click on this refresh. That will bring you all the latest ones. So I'm going to use this one. And what type of message you are going, whether it's a simple message or else a block of buttons or some attachments you want to. Let's go with a simple message. And the message I want to write it in an expression format. Again, the same way. So let's call it as hi team. We have a new request from, I want to put his name. So if you add this one, right, now you will see that JSON, what you will see. You see, this is what I was talking about. We have a new request from this person, right? You can see what is the result of this one here also. The result is here. How your message would look like. We are seeing it here, right? We have a new request from this person. The requirement is this one, right? Please work on this, and if needed, contact the user on his email ID. So I'm going to use his email ID, right? Yeah, that's it. Thanks. Now this is what the message would look like in the Slack. So let's hope this is also fine. Yeah. Now only one thing that is left is we're gonna add these details to contact, Google Contact. So again, I can add it here, or else I can just add a parallel branch, right? I can just add a parallel here, parallel branch. Now this time I'm going to use contacts, right? So you have the Google Contacts, create a contact, right? Yeah, you can get those details back again from the back data. Again, for contact, you have to log in with your credentials. Family name, whatever you want to put in, I'll just go with these details for now. Given name is this one, or else no, not this one. Given name is also I want to put this one, right? And then let's add more details. If you want to capture his company details, his date of birth, those details also you can capture from form and you can add if you want. For me, for now, the interesting thing for me is emails. So it's what type of uh, email it is. I'm just putting it as others. Let's add it here. All right. Yeah. So this is how it is. So I think we have all the steps here. Okay. So this just got added here. I think that is fine. Let me see. As long as I'm getting here output, right? Okay. So this is taking from previous to previous to previous. I think no, that's fine because it is anyhow taking from here. So let's see how it works. Ah, great. So let me save this one. And if you remember my last video, yeah, if you want to enable it or keep it open for everyone, you can just click on this mark it as active and got it. And then you will get a production URL, right? Just open this one. Here you will get the production URL now. You can use this production URL to capture the leads. You can share this URL with anyone you want and they can submit the form and you will be able to capture them. Let's go and see now how it works. Right, so let's fill in those details. Let's go ahead and fill in these details. So this time I will use my Outlook account maybe just to show you the difference. I need your help in designing a n8n workflow. Is it possible to connect with your team, please? Right. So this is the message that I raised for. Let's submit this. So the form is submitted. You should be seeing this here. If you remember, I told you you can go to executions. All the previous executions, you will see them here. Now the flow is running. Let's see what will happen. Yeah, it took just 10 seconds of time and it just filled in all those details. Now you have those details everywhere as in you have it in the sheet, you have it in the email, you have sent an email notification, you have the contact added, you have the Slack message also. I'll show you one by one. Let's go with the lead also first. You see it got added here, right? And then email also I will show you. Let me bring my email box here. Yeah, so this is my Outlook message. You can see here. So this I received from I'm in Azure team and whatever I have put in, right, I have this one. Again, as I said, you can bold them also if you want to change this. This is just a plain text that we have added right now, right? I'm just closing this one. I will show you the Slack also, your reference. I hope this is the one. No, not this one. Yeah, let me get that, please. So sorry. Yeah, so you can see it here now. So this is what we have received. Hi team, we have received, this is right now with my account, right? So that is why you're seeing it here. And hi team, we have a request from blah, blah, blah. And yeah, this is requirement. And if you need some help, you can contact that person on this email. Again, yeah, this one you can remove. As I said, you will have one attribute there. You just have to remove it, right? Let me show you where it is for this one also. Yeah, you have it here. Why is it? Okay, let me go to editor and then double click on this one. Add options. Okay, interesting. Okay, I think we don't have it yet. Let me double check. But yeah, ideally you should have that here, which is the one that we have turned it off for the other ones, right? The last thing that I have to show is the account also got added, right? Let me check that one also. Let me see and confirm. I'm just checking here. Yeah, I'm just getting that also here. Yeah, this is what just now got added. You can ignore these old mails. I think I have sent out email to the same person. But yeah, so this is the latest message that I have an interaction with now. And last edited is this time. Added to contact is also today only it is showing. Right? Yeah, so this is how the flow would look like. A basic flow we can call it as. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it. And again, I will be putting, if you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And whoever are in need of these kind of automations, like please share with them. If you have any specific case, right, please do comment in the section. We will try to create some flows on the go while we are demoing it, right? That is how it is. And any questions also you can feel free to post it. Plus, but please like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that it will help me to grow it. Yeah, that's all for today, and hope you have a nice day. Thank you so much.